20 years since Hurricane Katrina, there's a film that highlights the recovery of some impacted by the storm. Jonshell Johnson joins us today to talk more about hope in high water. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We were just chatting a little bit in the commercial break, and in this film, you are in the film, talking about your Katrina experience. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so thinking back to 20 years ago, I was 7 years old. I lived in an area where me and my grandparents had to tread through high water. And thinking about the fact that we had to sleep outside for that first night and then end up at the convention center and then end up in states apart from all of the rest of my family.
Yeah.
As 20 years has passed, just thinking about coming back to New Orleans and seeing so much difference and seeing so much that didn't come back. Just talking in the film a lot about like what I hope for my sons. One who is the same age who I was.
The same age you were when Hurricane Katrina hit. Now you have a son that same age. This is about hope, right? And so what is the hope going forward for you and for your sons?
The hope is that in part, the work that I'm doing at Grow That Youth Farm is to steward the land, get to know like what New Orleans has always been. And as a city, like how we can stand as a community together to fight for what we should all have equally. So like the city that I knew that like is still so rich in culture and still so rich in all the things that people love about coming here and to visit.
Yeah.
Not being so consumed to where there's no one who's left to like live here and thrive here, and especially the like generations and generations of roots that like have always been here.
It's
that
kind of
had
cool
to be uprooted
connected to that, you know, connected to the earth in that way, and to what it may have been like generations and generations ago.
Yeah, the teens we work with have no recollection of Hurricane Katrina because they weren't born.
So they don't even know the pre-Katrina New Orleans, exactly. Wow, okay, so there is going to be a showing of this film. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so this Sunday at the Ashe Cultural Center, there's going to be a showing. And yeah, me and hopefully my family will be there as well because it's still kind of painful to see and talk about. And yeah, it would be preferred to be RSVP, but we're going to be there.
Where do you RSVP?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so just search for Hope in High Water online, and you should be able to find that screening and RSVP if you can. Now, I know that you are featured in this film, and like you said, it can be very painful to bring these things up, but it can also be very educational. You know, if you are one of those, you know, teenagers who doesn't remember what it was like before, this could be a way for you to learn kind of what people have been through since Hurricane Katrina and how this city has transformed. Are there any other folks featured in the film that we should know about?
I'm not sure.
No? Yeah. Okay. So as far as your role in Hope in High Water, you kind of, like, what do we expect? Like, you kind of talk through your experience?
Yeah, so definitely like reflecting on like my time at Grow That Youth Farm, and then like me every day making my sons, you know, like understand that like this is a city that is still worth being here. And then like understanding that the charter school system that I face and then like the schooling that I had when I was a kid is very different, and like just honoring the fact that like waking up early mornings and getting them to school, and then myself getting to work and like talking to teenagers every day, which is so special to me, is like worth the work, because I want them to see that there's like everything here that is anywhere else. So New Orleans is the place to be.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, if you want to see that screening, it's happening this Sunday. You can, you know, Google search Hope in High Water if you want to learn more about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.